we're in day 4 of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Again, 160,000 workers, Hollywood workers, movies, television, and the like. They're on strike. And it all kicked off with your girl, Fran Drescher, who is just putting things in just plain language in terms of how reticent the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, the AMPTP, how reticent they've been. It seems like they've been just as shitty to the actors as they have been to the writers in terms of, we're not coming to the table. This is what you got, and we're not even going to go there. So here's what she had to say.
It came with great sadness that we came to this crossroads, but we had no choice. We are the victims here. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with are treating us. I cannot believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history.
And it seems like they're cool about that, Hari. I'm sure you saw this, but let's just a refresher. This is according to Deadline. One anonymous, this is a industry veteran, intimate with the point of view of studio CEOs, said, "I think we're in for a long strike. They're going to let it bleed out." And then an actual studio executive told Deadline, "The end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses." And acknowledging the cold as ice approach, several other sources reiterated the statement. One insider called it a cruel but necessary evil.
It kind of feels like almost the inverse of what we did in COVID. In COVID, there was nothing to do but watch like TV and movies. And now I'm like, why don't we all go outside?
Yeah.
What if we all just like went outside for the next 6 months to a year? What if we just actively decided to do things? What then? What if we just didn't consume as much as we normally consume? Plus, like with like the internet, you can see anything in the history of the world. Reruns are a thing. Well, yeah. They were, like what I mean? Like I think that, well, first of all, as much as I appreciate some of Fran Drescher's sentiments, I'm like, are you really shocked by this? Like, you're making it sound like I can't believe that the people with the money are exploiting the labor. Like,
right.
Come on. And secondly, like the whole, like, you're on the wrong side of history. I'm like, all right, let's take it down a notch. All right. We're not talking about civil rights history here. It's still, all industries deserve fair labor standards. And, I've heard actors make too much, athletes make too much. First of all, the high end of those make what the market says that they can make. And We're going to talk about the market since the people that own the teams or own the networks are making most of it. So let's not, and most actors don't actually get paid that much. I mean, that's really the thing. You're when you take commissions and everything else out of it and taxes, like it's not like before, because there was this, when residuals were a big thing, if you were on a show or even a couple of big episodes of a show, you get paid for a long time. It almost worked like the stock market in a weird way. You invest in this thing, if a thing is successful, you get a piece of it for God knows how long. And that's now it's like you can write in 4 or 5 things and they could all be hits, but you get paid once and that's the end of it. And
and the numbers are so opaque, but there are favorite episodes of these streaming shows that get played over and over and more of than others. I mean, it's interesting that I think Fran Drescher herself probably gets residuals from The Nanny.
Oh, sure.
Her one and really only hit, but she's been able to survive most likely because of that. So I'm curious on her own story. But to your point about them not making very much, that's really important to understand. So here, this is the SAG's contract before had negotiated this minimum for performers, and an actor who worked on a TV show for 1 week was paid a minimum of $3,756, which is not a lot, y'all. That is the minimum. And yet of the 160,000 actors, only 12.7% make enough money to even get health insurance through the union, which is $26,470 a year. Now, I know part of folks are like, well, why doesn't the union pay for their health insurance? Well, because the union can't take on that cost. You know, it's the cost of fucking health insurance.
Right.
And $26,000 is not enough to pay for someone's health insurance for the year. I mean, this is, again, it's like, it's so holistic. It has everything to do with like broader fights around like Medicare for all. But only 12% of these actors are actually making that to get, and they're going to the marketplace with $26,000 going to the fucking market. I buy my health insurance on the marketplace. It is exorbitant and disgusting.
It's such a crapshoot. Like, I feel like I've had a decent career, but for most of it, didn't have insurance or was paying for my insurance, and that was after ACA.
Yeah,
thank God, right? And I have a kid now, and I was lucky enough to get SAG-AFTRA health insurance for the past year, and I didn't think I'd worked enough to make the mark, to get another year of it. And I got cast on South Side for one episode, and that got me insurance for another year. Like, do you know how
that's crazy,
ridiculous that is? And I ended up emailing Diallo Riddle, who's one of the creators of that show, and just say thank you. Like, it was a pleasure to to finally be able to work with you. But also, me and my kid have health insurance because you cast me as a DJ. Like, that's how absurd it is to get health insurance. Working in this industry. I mean, it's completely unreasonable. And I think people don't really understand because they see the top end of actors, but if you've noticed, there are lots of other actors that you don't know the names of that have seemed to appear in everything, or a bunch of actors you'll see once and never see again who are just pursuing their dreams. All of them deserve a little more than what they're getting, both in terms of residuals, in terms of fair minimum standards. I mean, the fact that they want to use AI to duplicate extras get paid less to nothing for almost no screen time. And you're telling me that's where you're going to save money on extras?
No.
Like, the whole thing is, it's disgusting. And we should all be questioning, because in some ways it's almost easier to come for writers and actors in some way, right? There's something about that's like, okay, as long as I get to see Tom Cruise act as a young person forever now because of AI, but they're going to go for all our jobs. I mean, this isn't just AI. This is in
everything.
This is in everything. So we should start putting our foot down and realizing, like, we're all at risk here, and acting is what they're going after because they can easily make money very quickly by replacing us.
Right. And to your point earlier, like, all you want to do is like be creative and do your art, and be able to survive. Now, the question is like, if we don't live in a country with universal health care, if we live in this country that is like, your basic dignity is only dependent on your ability to, like, again, as an artist, scrounge and get that one very dope job, then that job better fucking pay well. And that job better keep pace with the cost of living, the cost of housing, and healthcare, and all of it. Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, he said, though, however, striking actors and writers' demands are just not realistic. They're adding to a set of challenges in this business that this business is already facing, and that is, quite frankly, very disruptive, he told CNBC. Bob Iger, by the way,
getting a bonus every year is unrealistic, regardless of how you do. That's
a $5 million bonus. Again, like, that's not even ball player bonuses. They actually do some shit and have talent. So this was just fun. I don't know if you saw this, but so actors have gone to the picket lines. The U.S. is experiencing a massive heat wave. Obviously, Los Angeles is no different. This is outside of Universal Studios. Chris Stevens posted, quick shout out to the good people at Universal for trimming the trees that gave our picket line shade right before a 90+ degree week. And you can see those trees, I mean, shorn, utterly shorn. That's not trimming. That's fucking like a fuck you move.
they do realize at some point they will have to work with actors again at some point. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, what are you doing? I mean, again, like, you take it outside of the ring of entertainment, it just shows you how disposable the worker is, regardless of industry. If they can replace us, they will. And if we fight about it, we'll pay the cost of it. I mean, that
Yeah.
quote, I think that probably is their strategy. When people start losing homes, that's when things are going to get really bad. Like, Mark Ruffalo said something today about, I should get the quote right, but like, more or less he was talking about it's reasons why we should be doing more indie films and staying away from the market. And I get that, but at the same time, first of all, indie films generally lose money. They still require investors, and part of the hope is they get picked up for distribution or end up on one of the streamers. So it's like, it's really a situation
You still
where
have to go through them.
you still have to find that's where the income's coming from. That's ultimately what's going to pay the thing off. That's what you hope happens. So like, again, like with the show, like things like Patreon that are people powered, you see, like there has to be other ways to do this, right?
Absolutely.
Because there was a time where there wasn't any way, because we just didn't have the technology or the capital to start. But the bar is a lot lower than it used to be. You get some nice lights, a nice camera, you know.
No, I know. I was talking about this on the bonus, though. It's just like and we'll talk about this with Paris, but like that downward pressure of like everyone, even actors who were on hit shows, become content creators, and it's just like they're forced to like start Patreons. It's like, no, you should act and
look at Cameo. Cameo shouldn't exist.
I know.
My
God. It seemed like cute and fun, but I know people who like rely on the money and do it. Speaking about the losing your home, this is how we'll end. Ron Perlman had a response to whichever executive, seems like it might have been Iger, who said that about, we're going to go until people start losing their homes.
One thing before I get off this. The motherfucker who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, motherfucker. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial, some of it is karma, and some of it is just figuring out who the fuck said that. And we know who said that, and where he fucking lives. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 fucking million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, motherfucker. Be really careful. Because that's the kind of shit that stirs shit up. Peace out.
That just put me in a great mood. That was just, if you got one with Danny Trejo next, I'm just going to just walk out of here. That was just, oof, that was nice. That was nice. He was threatening arson.
He really was. That's beautiful. In the real world, against the capitalists. I mean, if Perlman can be at the front lines of our revolution, like, I think we might win,
That's just very, because that's the thing. Almost all of these actors know what it's like to like struggle to get here, And granted, a lot of actors, certainly there's you see there's a lot of actors who have the privilege to become actors, either because they're Nepo babies or because like you have, there's something about going after jobs that are a huge risk that is easier to take when maybe your parents are a safety cushion of some sort. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I certainly think there's truth in that, but that's not everybody. And there's tons of actors, regardless of that, you have to struggle. You're working multiple jobs. You're just dreaming of a chance to do this thing. And you could say, well, it's a privilege to be an actor. It like not everybody gets to be one. So why do you? Well, it's like, I understand that, but at the same time, someone's making money off it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and
if you were doing
more
work,
money.
a lot of money. If you were doing work that wasn't properly compensated in any profession, you would be upset. And that's what this is about.
Absolutely. And it's nice to see people like Ruffalo or even Perlman, who arguably will not be the ones to lose their homes, but speaking out, and this forcefully, you saw Damon and Clooney and whatnot, and like everyone speaking out, because it's like it's the shit in the industry, as you know, is like people who once you make it, you're like, oh, now you are all peasants to me, goodbye. And being part of a union and having SAG and having WGA truly levels that. It changes the game completely. And so, you know, we, and I'm not in these unions, but everyone is standing on the backs of, you know, organizers who came before to make sure that when they try some fuck shit on everybody, that there is a union that will level us and like everyone can be in this together. So I think that's incredible.
I made a documentary a few years ago called The Problem with Apu on True TV. And the thing, obviously, it made a lot of noise. It's available on HBO Max now. It's played all over the world. I didn't get a penny more than what I got initially. What I got was like not very much. Maybe it was like $10,000. Like, whoa, $10,000 is a lot. Not if it's the only money you make for months and months and months that ends up having whatever it ended up being. It's like, so you're telling me it aired and all over the world and it had content and it made all this noise and was the successful thing in terms of like people were discussing, and I didn't people keep saying, oh, he got rich off the thing, and it's like, that's not how this works. Yeah. This is not how they've set it up, where you do not make money. It is impossible to get a cut of the work you did. And this is like, I'm giving you one example personally. Like, I would have loved to retire off that. I wouldn't have, but like the assumption is something is big.
Income supplement, right? I mean, it supplements also. You know, we know stand up is not like the most lucrative, and so it's like you could have, you know, it's a supplemental income to then continue to tour because it's fucking money to tour.
Yep.
You know, and whatnot, and so, but like. It is, but again, they sell you on the prestige, Hari. They're like, but it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. But fucking pay me then. Because I'm giving you, it can't just be free. But of course, what are your options? Your options are don't have it on a platform or have it on a platform. Obviously, you're going to go with have it. Anyway.
When we started doing I'm sure you dealt with this before too, but when people would offer you gigs, I'm like, we're not going to pay you money, but it's for exposure. You'll get all this, whatever that meant. Like, what does exposure mean? And it feels like that. It feels like an extension of like I'm just glad to be. You should just be glad to be here. And that's not how it works when people are making money off your work.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do